It's your boy Warlow back with another MyTeam video. And we're gonna react to JC's tier list. He made a tier list yesterday. I think he came back from vacation. He cooked up a tier list. I'm gonna go check it out because I haven't really reacted to a JC tier list in a good minute. So literally, yeah, let's get into this. Let's react to it. And he didn't include Yao Ming. I'm gonna watch the first 40 seconds. He said he didn't include them because they're centers. I would have included them, but it's all good. But we're gonna react to it. Let's see what it is.
Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Reem is C tier. I understand.
C tier on Kareem though. I gotta see how the rest of this list goes because Kareem has C tier. I feel like he just gets kind of. I think that's part of the video. But he gets kind of disrespected on, but I think Kareem's solid. Let's see what he says about Kareem.
He's a GOAT card. His release is not very good.
What?
Yes, the stats and badges are exceptional, but the stats and badges of pretty much every card on this list are exceptional. Honestly, the most valuable thing that he has going for him is his size. I think overall it's hard to rank him any higher than I already have him, though, to be honest. C tier feels fair with the way.
So Kareem's release isn't that good. I would disagree with that. Kareem's release is decent. Like, huh? Kareem release is literally decent. What? Wait. I'm guessing. I don't know. I disagree with that fully, but I would say maybe B. Like, Kareem is still solid. He's not like the point guard, but he's still good.
Way that his jump shot is at this point in the year. Bam's jumper is incredible, but he's undersized at 6'9". I actually really like the card outside of that. I'll put him B tier because of that. At the same time, again, probably wouldn't put him any higher than B tier just because he's only 6'9". That's a big height disadvantage in a lot.
Just real quick, okay, like is Bam gonna guard Kareem? Okay, like if we're doing his best power forwards, right? If you have the 4 position, Kareem versus Bam, Kareem is gonna whoop Bam. Bam is like 6'9"-ish. Ain't Bam? I like Bam. I do like him as a card. He has a great, solid release. But Bam is only like 6'9". Why? I disagree. You're gonna have Kareem at C, then you Bam should just be C too. But like Kareem's gonna like. Am I wrong for that? I just feel that's wrong.
Lot of ways. Wilt Chamberlain, elite level card, 7'1", 8-foot wingspan, awesome release, pretty much perfect sigs. He's a dog, and when you compare him to the best power forwards in the game, I still think I'd probably put him S tier. Now, I understand this list is really deep and really good, so it's going to be tough. I'm gonna have to put a lot of good cards lower on the tiers, but I think with KCP base, which is one of the very best bases in the game, and how good this Wilt card is, I gotta put him in the S tier. Pau Gasol, jumper's terrible. He's D tier. He's just not that good. He's a worse version of Kareem, undersized, not undersized, but smaller than Kareem. Jumper's not very good. He's got to go D tier. He's just not a top tier card at this point in the year.
I like both of these pins. I agree with both. Will S. Ball. Yeah, I agree. I like both. I like both of them lists. I like it.
Finn Baker is not as good as Wilt, but his jumper's awesome in its own right. Admittedly, he is also kind of undersized, but pretty much perfect sigs and a great release. You gotta. He's 6'11", right? Like,
Finn Baker in the same tier as Bam. That's crazy.
He's got pretty decent size. I think I got to go A tier. Really good card. I feel like that's probably fair. DeMarcus Cousins. I understand he's an invincible. He's got really good sigs. I don't think his release is great, and he's only 6'10". If you combine those two things at this point in the year, that is all it takes to be a D tier card. I understand he is very souped on paper, but I feel like D tier is the fairest place to possibly put DeMarcus Cousins. Despite
someone that grinded DeMarcus Cousins, I would agree with that. DeMarcus Cousins isn't that good. I might think Ben Baker, but he has what a S. I could be. I'm just not. The Bam and Kareem one's the only one that hasn't made sense. So this list ain't looking as bad so far. So yeah, it's looking fine.
The fact, I don't hate the card. Like, I don't think he's awful. I just think
he's awful.
I can't put him any higher than D tier. I don't know. Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk is really, really good. He's got an exceptional release. He's big. He's versatile. They changed his jumper. I still kind of want to put him A tier just because of how deep and how good the power forward position is. Now, he's one of the best GOAT power forwards in the game for sure. It feels almost...
Dirk in A tier. I love my man Vin Baker, but Dirk literally has one of the best jumpers in the game. Dribble sigs. I mean, if you're going to put Wilt S, I don't know how you don't put Dirk S. Dirk's like 7'1". Yeah, Dirk's S tier. Dirk's easily an S tier. Come on.
Wrong putting him in the A tier, but I feel like there's so many good power forwards and a couple guys with releases that I probably like better that maybe high A to low S. You could argue between those, but I think that's probably relatively fair. So I think that is where I'm going to leave Dirk right now, is in that A tier. Shaq is worse than Kareem, in my opinion, because his sigs are better than Kareem's, but his jumper is really, really, really yeesh. I don't like his upper at all. It kind of ruins his jumper. Is he? No, he's not D tier. He's C tier. I don't like the card all that much, but I think I still have to put him into C tier. He's just not great. He's probably low C to me. I understand he's a GOAT card, but I really don't like his release. It does.
Heck in C tier, but Bam and freaking B. I don't understand. I guess because Bam got the better jump shot, but like, let's be real. If Kareem and Shaq lined up against the 4 against Bam, they eating them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What are they doing? Shaq is not no C tier. Shaq is like A minus, B plus. Shaq is decent. Kareem's also decent, but Bam's getting low key kind of gassed up on this pedestal. He ain't stopping neither of those guys. Let's just be real.
Does limit the card a lot, but he's still huge with perfect SIGs, and that does still put him in the C tier. Patrick Ewing, terrible release. Can't get away with that. Release is going to be the thing that puts 97% of these cards in the D tier, and I think for good reason. Like, he's just not very good. There are just many better options at the shooting guard position, at this power forward position, I should say, than what you're going to get out of a Patrick Ewing. Moses Malone, C tier, little undersized. Release.
Moses in the same tier as Kareem and Shaq is so crazy. Moses Malone is not on the level of Shaq or Kareem. Just stop. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. Stop it. Like, no, he ain't. Like, what are we doing?
These could be better. He's not bad. I think he's better than the D tier guys, but I don't think he's truly top tier either at this point in the year. Would definitely have to put him down in the C tier himself. And I think I just can't put him any higher than that. AD, I don't like AD's release that much, and he's only 6'10".
Why the freak is he in the same chair with Shaq? Like, why is Kareem getting told he has a bad release? I still don't understand that. Well, AD in the same tier as Shaquille O'Neal. Moses and Shaq in the same tier with Kareem and JC got it.
10. He's also C tier. I know he's an invincible. I know AD's always really good in my team. It'll probably, I'm sure, as per normal, his amethyst card that comes out freaking day 2 or whatever will probably be, or week 2, week 3, whatever. He'll get a center that can shoot and defend pretty well, and he'll be the best center in the game early in 2K25. At this point in the year, though, with how good everybody is, I just can't put him any higher than this. I think D tier is probably the fairest.
Kareem and AD should not be anywhere close near Shaq or Curry. It ain't even close. Like, example, like, why are 7'1" players in the same tier at 6'10" players? How are they gonna guard him at the 4?
Slot form, or sorry, C tier. Emeka Okafor, awesome release, undersized, kind of Bam Adebayo level. I think that probably is the fairest place to put him. I do actually think he's a pretty good card, and I think I would realistically put him in the B tier. I don't hate him. I don't love the card, but I think he's really good. Now, Alex Sarr, this card is awesome. Amazing release, big enough and versatile enough at 7'1" to be really, really good. Now, the one
Alex Scar in the same tier as his as over Dirk is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, kind of crazy.
That he sucks in real life. I'm sorry, that's a troll's thing to say, but he does kind of suck in real life.
Oh
I don't think
God.
I'm particularly
why Sar catching trays? My God, JC, the man has a family. Come on.
That he had a horrible summer league. Now that may be a little unnecessary to say that about a MyTeam card, for sure. It definitely is, but at the same time, in my team he's S tier. In real life, he's probably D tier. I'm sorry, that was unnecessary slander. Chris Bosh. Really good invincible. Release is actually pretty good. If
I see Chris Bosh in B tier, I'm about to lose my mind.
Like 6'11". I think I'll go low B for Bosh. I like the card.
Oh my dear God. Bosh in B tier and Bam over Kareem and Shaq is so insane, so ridiculous, so blast. Wait, okay, I was just getting started. I thought these tier lists would make sense. So we got 6'9". I don't even think Bam's on the Mega Okafor level, but doesn't it make Okafor also has a great release too? Like, why in the world is he in the same? He has a Bosh. Why is Bosh over Shaq or Kareem? Come on, what is this?
I don't adore the card. I don't think he's unbelievably top tier, like the best card in the game or anything like that, but I do think he's pretty good. I feel like B tier is probably a fair spot for him. Kevin Love, you're just too small. 6'8". I like the release. He's got good SIGs, even though not perfect, but pretty good SIGs. I just wish he was taller. He's just too small. Can't get away with that level of size at this point in the year, and I think he's the only guy in D tier who's probably going to be in D tier because of something other than release, but at this point, I feel like I got to put him D tier. KP's amazing. He's really, really good. He's A tier, not S, but he's very, very solid.
Maybe is A tier, but Vin Baker in the same tier as and Dirk. Like, I don't even look right. Dirk is over Porzingis. Vin Baker, good. I don't feel I feel like the Porzingis and Dirk should be S tier, but
Oh, no doubt about it, does everything well. There's really nothing that KP does not do at a very high level at the power forward position, and he's 7'3" as well. His release just maybe could be slightly better. Again, I got to be picky who I put in S tier and who I'm not. So for me, as good as a card as he is, I think I probably have him in the right slot, putting him in the A tier. Wemby's S, he's 7'4" with perfect SIGs and an incredible release. I just don't think you can argue with that. Amazing card. He's like a better KP, bigger, better KP. And I think putting him in the A tier, or in the A tier would be disrespectful. He's as good as any power forward on this list, and maybe the best power forward on this list. At least in the argument for sure. Would put him S tier for sure. Embiid, bad jumper. Yes, he's got good size.
bad jump shot, but he's in the same tier as Embiid and Kareem. Shaq and Kareem in C tier is so crazy the more I see it. Like they're way better than Embiid. Embiid not good. Embiid's jumper is probably worse than all of them. Why is Kareem even in this? Kareem has a good shot. Oh my. This Kareem and Shaq thing make me lose my mind when I see the other players that are in it.
Just don't like his jumper. I haven't all year. I don't think his animations are that great. He's too heavy to do it behind the back. Putting him C tier. Jaren Jackson Jr. actually pretty solid at this point in the year, though. I just don't.
Jaren Jackson on the same tier as GOAT Shaq and GOAT Kareem. What are we doing?
Think I could put him higher than C tier. I actually do like his release. I think he's a solid card, but at the same time, it's just really hard to put somebody higher than C tier who isn't even an invincible or at 100 overall at this point in the year. Now, stats and badges are good. He's a super solid card. There's a part of me that wants to put Jaren B tier because I do like his release, but he doesn't
want to put him in C tier. Oh God, what is this getting worse? Bro, this list is getting worse. This list is getting worse as time flows. Imagine, like, if you got GOAT Shaq versus Jaren Jackson, you were like, why are we treating GOAT Shaq like he just this bad? I feel like we just treat him like that, like Jaren Jackson. Okay.
Quite have the playmaking badges for it, I wouldn't say, and his SIGs are pretty good, but
hurt him a brain cells.
I think I gotta go C still, I should say. Karl-Anthony Towns, not great. He's just not. Release could be better. He always feels kind of soft, never rebounds particularly well. I'm never a particularly big fan of CMC, or of cat cards, I should say, in my team, and I don't think that's incredibly disrespectful to say. I just don't think he's generally all that good in the game. So I would put him in the D tier as well. Dwight Howard, bad jumper, D tier. That's it. Marc Gasol, bad jumper, D tier.
Agree. Good job, JC.
Same thing. Like, again, when cards are perfect on paper, stat and badge wise, as many of these cards are, as most of these cards are, honestly, it becomes a nitpicking competition. And I think like Marc Gasol, Dwight Howard, their jumpers just aren't good enough. Dwight Howard as well. I mean, sorry, DeAndre Jordan. I can't speak. Why did I say DeAndre Hunter?
DeAndre, like me, but JC, with my name calling.
Jordan is in the same exact boat. Jumper's not good enough. It kills the card to a certain extent. Doesn't mean he's horribly awful. It just means he's not as top tier as you would like at this point in the year. None of these guys in D tier are atrociously awful, horrific cards. They're just jumpers kill them in a lot of ways. Evan Mobley, love the card. High A, awesome jumper. Changed his shot, is really good. He's got good size, a nice player build. I like the card a lot. I almost would argue him S tier. I think he's damn near as good as Wilt. I gotta say,
okay, moved Dirk, but I think Evan Mobley. I like it. I just don't like Vin Baker in the same tier. I really like Vin Baker. I really like Vin Baker. I probably knew that Mobley up, but because I like Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley's really good. Really good. But Vin Baker in the same tier as Mobley. I agree with that one. But Dirk, at least he moved Dirk up because he should be moved up. But it's
Dirk does have to move up to S tier. A GOAT card with perfect SIGs, who's got a great release and is 7'1", has to be an S tier card. So we're gonna move Dirk up, adjust that. I think I was kind of crazy putting him in A tier in the first place, to be honest.
Oh,
Chet Holmgren.
The acknowledgement, I respect that. I agree. Thank you what I was all thinking, because good God, that was bad.
Jumper isn't amazing. Is he better than all the guys I have in D tier? He's bigger, but is he better? His jumper still isn't great, and his SIGs aren't great. I'm putting him D tier. I understand I have a lot of D tier guys.
Chet should not be in D tier. If you're gonna, like, in my opinion, right? If you're gonna have Chris freaking Bosh at B, right? What can Chet not do that Chris Bosh can do? Like, Chris Bosh is getting overrated to gassed up. Like, Shaq and Kareem are just way too low. And then I don't know why Chris Bosh is even at B tier, because Chris Bosh makes me lose my mind. Because why is he even there? Like, I mean, Shaq can compete just like Chris Bosh. Like, if we're gonna, like, rank it, like,
The D tier guys just aren't as good, and Chet's release isn't as good. He's got to go there. Dirk, bad release. He is one of the worst D tier guys. Just like a guy like Patrick Ewing or Pau Gasol or DeAndre Jordan, whose release is really bad. That's where Dirk. Excuse me. That's where Dirk is in this game. I feel like at this point in the year, he's just a D tier guy. He's just not good enough. And I mean, I don't think that's a crazy thing to say by any means. I just don't think he's really good enough at this point. So we're putting him in the D tier as well. D-Rob, A, not S. Wish the jumper was slightly faster. With that being said, I still love D-Rob's release. I'm just nitpicking at this point in the year. If it's not a park release, I'm going to say that no matter what. D-Rob's an awesome card. Everybody at A.
So do you like the release or you don't like the release? That's a little bit confusing. That's a little bit confusing a little bit. I don't know if he really likes it or doesn't. I can't tell.
Here's a truly top tier option, and D-Rob is 100% in that category as a top tier option at the power forward position. Would put him A tier. Wemby's release puts him B tier. The size.
He just put Wemby in the same tier as Bam Adebayo and Omega Okafor and Bosh. So Bam is on a similar level to Wemby. Oh God. Like, this better be changed for the end of this video, cause this can't. This is her. Okay, that about made me click off. Is he really gonna say? Okay, we'll watch it. We'll see. We'll see what he says.
Size, SIGs, all that type of stuff are still there. He's still a great card, but the release not being the best jumper in the game or something does kind of hurt the card, I guess. If you're
so, it doesn't hurt D-Rob. No, why D-Rob A tier then? You just said D-Rob. You just said it hurt the jumper, but why is Chris? You have Chris Bosh at B. You got Faber obviously, so you didn't like the release that much. Why is Wemby at B? Why is he in the same level as Bam?
looking for things to critique, and for me, when you got to the top tier of a list like this, it's got to be critiqued. He's B tier. Dikembe's jumper is awesome. His SIGs could be a little better. I don't care. I'm putting him A tier. He's huge, great defender with an incredible top tier release. That is a top tier card in my team, and that is an A tier option for sure. Shaq's jumper is horrific. He is D tier. There's that's a no-brainer to me. I don't think that one's hard. Just like guys like Ewing and Dirk and DeAndre Jordan, when your release is really bad, that's a killer, and I think that's the case for Shaq. Christian Laettner. I don't think this Laettner card is terrible. He's 6'11", 7'1" wingspan, a little undersized, but the jumper is improved now. They did give him a better base.
It's a mid shot. It's mid, but
he scored and Hayward base is really good. His SIGs are also pretty top tier, and he's an
no, they're not. They're hard and shuffles, not that great. He's an all right card. He's like a D. I mean, in this list, he's a freaking D tier, but
as well. I feel like with a much better release, I'm actually going to go B tier for Laettner.
I'm about to click off this video. This video about to end shortly. This is about to be over. I'm about to click off this video. Why did I see Bam Adebayo and Christian Laettner in the same tier as Wemby? And Omega Okafor is better than Christian Laettner too. Oh my gosh. I mean, he's better than Christian Laettner. What are you doing? It's like the guy showing up to the party and no one invited this guy. He looks like out of place. Like, what is Christian Laettner and Bam and Bosh doing the same tier as Wemby? This is still disrespect. He did not just rank Christian Laettner's worse. Christian Laettner's not that good. Not that good. I mean, why is he even in B tier? Did he use Bam? He probably did. I don't know. He was on vacation. Maybe he's on vacation, but man, he need to come back because good lord, he ain't B tier. He ain't freaking B tier.
I think he's pretty solid. I think that's fair. Domantas Sabonis. Jumper isn't awful. He's big and versatile. I think he's better than
as Bosh and Chris. Like, man, it's just like when you have Shaq, it just messes everything up with this list. So why are they in such a low tier?
The guys that are in D tier, is he one of the best power forwards in the game? No. Is he good enough to be C tier? Yes. Arvydas Sabonis. He's S tier. He's 7'3" with an incredible release. You just can't argue with that. You know what I mean? He's just too good to be not S tier at this point in the year, I feel like. Really think he's good. Honestly, I like Hakeem too. His jumper is on the level of a couple of the guys like Moses Malone, like a Domantas Sabonis, but he plays really well across.
Pause it for a second by mistake, but why is Hakeem down the same? Why are we just disrespecting Wembanyama? Why are we just disrespecting cards with good releases? Like, why are we disrespecting, like, when did Shaq disrespect is insane. Like, Hakeem is a good. It's not like, oh, I'm not fine with Hakeem being a B tier. It's just who he got in B tier so insanely ridiculous that he has a low tier that it's flagrantly foul. It is foul. I mean, like, I don't know what Christian Laettner is legitimately not better than Chet, and I mean that on everything. He's not better than freaking Chet.
the board. I feel like his animations are always awesome. He rebounds really well. He plays bigger than 7 foot. Always a really good card in my team, and I do like his release. I think it's pretty easy to green, and I definitely would put him in the B tier at this point. Even if it's backup B, I think he's super solid. Flipowski, he's not S tier, but he's really damn good. A tier for sure. Awesome release, super versatile. 7 footer, gives him pretty good size. Really, really nice card in my team for sure. Would definitely put him in the A.
I agree with that. She's really good.
Tier. Tim Duncan, that's an S tier. Patty Millsbase is a no-brainer S tier. I know he's only 6'10". Patty Millsbase is a no-brainer S tier. Like I said, I just don't think I even got to think about that one, to be honest. Definitely would put him in the S tier. Rudy Gobert, he's big with a good release. He needs shooting stats and shooting badges, yet I still want to put him in the B tier because his jumper is actually good. And
we just gonna straight disrespect. Like, Go Shaq is way better than C tier. And Wemby is just way too low. Where's see the rest of this list? Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert's actually a solid card, but he's just way too, like, we're ranking 100 overall when we're not ranking Dark Matter. He has a jaw size up too. Like, come on, man.
And he's big. I know his ratings in certain areas are not quite as good. Animations matter so much. Gobert, for whatever reason, I don't know why he deserves to have a good release in my team, but he always seems to have a good release in my team, and this year is no different in that respect. Really, really nice card who I think does deserve to be backup B, as much as that may sound crazy with Rudy Gobert. And then finally, Alonzo Mourning is one of the best jumpers in the game, just like a guy like Tim Duncan. He's S tier, more so off if it's the case of his jumper than anything else.
My thing with Alonzo Mourning is that he can't guard 7'6" players in Unlimited. So, like, that hurt. I like Alonzo Mourning. Probably put him in A tier more. Like, Invincible tier list, I have an S. But, like, as an overall card, he'd probably be A tier. Because for Porzingis, I mean, Wemby can, like, what, okay, like, is he not factoring in that these players can't guard him? Like, I'm pretty sure Evan Mobley can't guard small forward shooting. I mean, he's a power forward, and he's only 7 foot with a skinny body build. Like, I like Evan Mobley a lot, but he doesn't have that issue. So how is Wemby, who can actually guard everybody on the court, Shaq, who can guard everybody, is that big body frame, Kareem, big body frame? Why? I mean, just because of the release, but then why is Kareem low? Kareem's release not even bad. Kareem's release, like, isn't even a bad jump shot. Isn't even bad. I mean, you have Bosh at B. Like, I mean, I'm lost with this one.
Else does have a big player build as well, though, and I think he's got a 7'5" wingspan, so that does help the card out a lot. I think
I love him too, but that wingspan ain't stopping Manute Bol and all those tall centers. So why they not? I feel like they should be on the list, sort of, because like you gotta factor that in, because like when you match Unlimited, you match against those taller players, Manute and Yao Ming. So I don't see why they shouldn't be in it. I feel like 100%, like we mentioned earlier, they should be in it because that's who you've been playing against. Like, I be Unlimited, and I literally matched them at power forward center, so I have to factor in with Alonzo Mourning. He's gonna get killed by them. But Wemby can't really be a B. Wemby at B is so ridiculous. But then again, like we have Leitner at freaking B tier for some freaking reason, and he's undersized a position, 6'10", undersized. Literally, I don't know why he's there with an alright release, okay-ish move. Like, why is he even in B tier? I don't know.
S tier with him as well. And I'm looking at this list and trying to decide who I would adjust to move it, to switch it around a little bit to make it more even, and I just don't think there's anybody I want to force up from
well, you do need to suggest the dang list about
the D tier. None of those guys in the D tier, in my opinion, are truly top tier. The only one with a great release is K Love, and he's 6'8". He's just really small. I think this is how I'm going to leave the list. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I know it's a little lopsided. I know there's a lot of D tier guys, but jumper at this point is super duper important, and I think it's one of the things that really holds back.
Why the freak is Bosh B tier then, if it's really so important now? And Christian Leitner's B tier.
Already these cards, and I think this is a pretty fair list as a whole. So would be interesting to hear y'all's thoughts in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment. And
I agree with this list. I mean, I felt like certain points he did some things ranking good, but then it all started with the Shaq and Kareem, and then it fell apart from there. Because now we got Leitner over Shaq, and Leitner's not better than Shaq. Just like Leitner's not even, like I said, Leitner's not even over. Like I would rather, like, it's Leitner. I don't know what Leitner doing here. Leitner, I don't know what Leitner Bosh is. No, just no, and more no's. Wemby, I feel like Wemby can still debatably be S tier. Just for what he offers, there's no reason Wemby should be B tier. There's no reason. I literally make Wemby. I run point guard Wemby, but I have Wemby guarding the fours all the time for me. Like, Wemby would probably be S tier still, but this ain't my tier. This is tier list. We reacted to it. Let me know in the comment section you agree, disagree with the tier list, and yeah, I will see y'all in the next MyTeam video.